Hello everybody, it's Niklas and welcome to this new video on Spline. And in this video we are going to see how to create shapes in Spline. Very interesting software if you want to work with 3D modeling and if you want to create different type of presentation with this. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like the content. First link on the description, the complete course Spline 3D is available, so if you want to learn this software starting from scratch with a course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models session of the course, what you will be able to learn. Second link on the description, it is a website in link with this YouTube channel. You can discover a lot of software on this YouTube channel and have different information about this software. And second link on the description, it is like an online school. You have a lot of complete graphic courses on a lot of graphic software, and you can learn any graphic software with all these complete courses. So let's just start. I'm going to dragging and moving with my scroll wheel here and shift, and you have the possibility to create shapes. Here you have different basic shapes, but you can also click on plus, and you have first this type of shapes, and then you have also this primitive shape. It's a little bit different when you want to edit. For example, I will create a rectangle. To start your rectangle, you can go left click, and if you press shift, you can keep the proportion, and if you press alt, you can start from the center of your cursor. And if you don't want this, you just create a free form like this. After this rectangle, you just go on the right and you have the option of the shape. So you can click on the shape, and for example, I have the size here on the x-axis. So here, because it is a shape, we just have X and Y, we don't have the Z axis. So I will type, for example, 600, 400, and this is the size of my shapes. Then we can add, for example, rounded corner. As you can see, this rounded corner can be arc or smooth. And if you want to make an extrusion directly, this is what we want to a lot, we can apply. You can also increase the value, you can just type the value that you want here. If I want 100, I will type 100. I can add also bevels, just like this, and I have also the possibility to increase the number of bevel side. Let's put, for example, 6. If you want to, so you can just create a shape like this, as you can see. So as you can see, it's pretty fast, pretty convenient. You can also click on the shape, you can select edit, and when you go on edit, you can adjust. For example, I can move this point. But you can also click here and you can add a point. I can add a point here and add a point here. So this is some things that we can do as well. Let's just come back with here, and if I select this, as you can see, I can move, for example, this point. And if I want to add another one, I can add another one here, and I will be able to adjust my point at my convenience, as you can see. So you can add multiple points and you can adjust just the path, just like this. Sometimes it's a little strange because you can be a little bit in trouble just like this, but this is a fact. So we can just come back here, and this is the first type of shapes that we can create. You can also convert to path, and in this case you will be able to have access to the path extrusion. You can select what type of path extrusion you want to have. It can be rectangular like this, or it can be circle, and you have more options. And then you can work with the ring, you can work with the angle like this, you can work with the number of sides as well, so offset. So you can do a lot of things for this path, just like that. I'm going to remove that, and when I click on plus here, you can do the same thing for ellipse, triangle, pentagon, and star. So if I click on the ellipse, I can press shift and I can press alt if I want to start from the center of my cursor and keep the right proportion. When I go on the right one more time, you have shapes and you can define a size. If I want, for example, 600, I can type 600. But if I want the same size on the y-axis, I can type the same size. You can also apply a ring value, just like this. So as you can see, it's really, really convenient. You can open also your shape with the angles, and here you can define the number of sides. If you want to extrude directly, you can apply an extrusion value. You can also increase. If I want to take more, I can take more, like 400. And if I want to create a ring, automatically I can do something like this as well. You can also on your shape apply a bevels and a bevel tab also. You can also edit your shapes if you need, just like this. And you have also the possibility to convert to path and directly to have a path here, and you can define the corners that you want as at your convenience. Every time you have also the position, scale, and rotation. Here it is for your object. So the scale value, you have the size, your size is fixed. But if you want to put by 2, you can put 2 on the x-axis, 2 on the y-axis, and 2 on the z-axis. I will still have the same size. The size is the same, but it's just the scale value is 2. So it is like to have the double size, just like this. And you can also dragging and moving. You can also create some rotation on your object. You can also scale and bring the proportion if you need. So this is the first type of objects that you can create. The second type of object is a little bit different. It is different type of primitive object. When you click here, you can start with all these primitive like cube, sphere, cylinder, torus, and more. So if I click on the cube, for example, one more time, I can start with left click. I can press shift if I want to keep the proportion. If I don't press shift, I'm not going to keep the proportion. And one more time, you have the option. The only difference is here you have only smooth and edit. So you cannot work with a point, but you have different options. So first I will define the size. Maybe on the x-axis I will define 400. On the z-axis maybe 600, and on the y-axis maybe only 200. So I created this element. One more time you can also work with the corner, just like this, and you have also the corner side. You can also apply some subdivision. You have side 1, 1, 1. And you can increase the number of subdivision. If, for example, I tap 4, I can tap 4, here I will tap 4, and here I will tap 4. So now if I'm using smooth and edit, as you can see, you have the number of subdivision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And here is just the number of sides that will apply on the bevel value. And when you enter in this mode, it's a little bit different because you can, for example, select a face, and you can dragging and moving the face if you need, or I can select this one and I can dragging and moving this one as well. If I select an edge, I can click on the edge, maybe this one, and I can move the edge also. I can also click on the vertex and just select a vertex, maybe this one, and I can dragging and moving the vertex. You have also the possibility to create an extrusion or to create an inset here. So this is the type of things that you can do. After you can increase the base subdivision as well, just like this. So we can create more subdivision, and if I go out, you can really make a lot of things with this type of edit mode, just like this. And after, if I want to scale, I can scale on these directions, scale on these directions, and scale on these directions as well. So let's remove this one. And I'm going to show you with another example, and it works for all this type of primitive shapes that you can have, primitive object. Let's create a sphere. I will create a sphere, and I will go here, and I will press shift to keep the proportion of these spheres. And one more time, I have access to the options here, like the size. If I want 400 on the x-axis, I can put 400, 400, and 400. But if you don't want the same proportion, you can, for example, put 200 on the y-axis, and you can start with something like this. If I want to keep, I can tap 400 again. You have the number of sides, and here is the number of slides, so it means you can open your sphere just here. One more time, you have access to smooth and edit, and here is the number of subdivision. So one more time, if you want, you can create a selection. It can be a face selection. And I can go on the top here, and I can select with shift. I can press shift and select these different faces. I have different options. I can extrude, for example. I can click here, extrude, and select this one. And as you can see, you can extrude. Then if you click here and you press shift, you can scale on this direction. As you can see, it's something pretty convenient. You have also various type of options. You can select, for example, I can select with shift these different faces. And I will click here, and I will be able to create an inset just like this. And if, for example, I move here, I can move with this inset value just like that. And I can scale also as well. So you have different type of options. So as you can see, If after you want to increase the base subdivision one more time, you can increase and you can increase again. You can increase more also if you want. And if I click here, I created this type of object. So I want to show you that it's extremely convenient to create any type of primitive shapes, and you can create just a base, and after with a different option you can really make a lot of things in a very fast way, just moving and adjusting the different options. If you want to delete an object, you can just press delete on the keyboard and it's going to work. So we are going to stop here for this video. If you like this video, subscribe to these YouTube channels. A lot of graphic content on these YouTube channels. First link on the description, the complete course Spline 3D is available. So if you want to learn this software starting from scratch with a complete course, it is on the first link on the description here, just to discover the software, to have some basicals. But if you want to have all the information, it is on the first link on the description. Complete course, many hours of training contents, a lot of sessions to see and perfectly master all the areas of Spline 3D to create 3D models, but to create 3D presentation as well, because it is a very versatile software and you can do a lot of things. Second link on the description, the website in link with this YouTube channel. You can discover software in this YouTube channel and have different type of information. And second link on the description, it is like an online school, and you can pick any graphic software and learn any graphic software with the complete courses. For next video, see you. Ciao, ciao.